When I tell people that I work as a women's safety lead and my job is running the campaign, This Has to Stop, I think the first thing that I go to tell them about, and that always gets, oh my God, you're doing such an amazing job, is when I speak about the schoolwork. I immediately go to, like, I'm teaching young boys how not to be misogynistic. Very short, sweet, because I'm usually telling people at a party, and they're like, wow, what a hard job. And then I have to scale it back and be like, no, I'm the project manager of a campaign, but we're writing the lessons and we're hoping to make systemic change. And so they're like, oh, I don't want to talk about my job now. Oftentimes when I'm doing engagement work like this, that is very public facing, I get women coming up to me to talk about This Has to Stop, and it's always so special because you get to have these meaningful conversations, and I get to really actually, on the ground, talk about the work that I'm doing in a way that I wouldn't usually in a professional setting, and really see the effect that it's having, especially in the borough that I both live and work in. One bit of feedback that I've got from a resident recently is that she enjoyed how in your face This Has to Stop was. A lot of the time when we talk about sexual harassment and any kind of women issues, it's very much swept under the rug, something to be talked about behind closed doors. And the fact that the posters and the banners were so unavoidable in the borough was really meaningful for her, because it meant that you couldn't avoid the topic because it was very much in your face. This is one of the resources that we use, and it's the Pyramid of Sexual Violence. It's out in Redbridge in a lot of our public spaces, especially in our publicly owned buildings, such as our libraries and our offices. What they're meant to do and what they work as is a conversation starter. They talk about the pyramid of sexual violence, which is a really important part of the campaign, and talks about how low levels of harassment and sexual violence can snowball and become really serious in murder, rape and sexual assault, and that's why even the lowest levels is never okay. It says that in no small terms, as well as shows people what they can do. So it enables those kind of conversation, it's a conversation starter. So if you're sat in the library with friends and someone makes a comment that you wouldn't usually bring up, but you've kind of just looked at this and read it, it may give you the confidence to challenge that person. The council sees our frontline staff as also the first port of call when it comes to sexual harassment, especially on the streets. Part of Step In is that we're saying distract him, support her and get help. And we're saying that our staff, if you see a staff member wearing any kind of Redbridge badge or a high-vis that says Redbridge on, that they're someone that you can ask for help for. So a large part of my role is to make sure that those people that we're sending residents to for help are prepared. So I've trained over 500 members of our frontline staff. It's really worth using this toolkit, and other councils should, because Redbridge has already gone on such a journey of researching, learning, testing, evaluating and using these materials to the point where you're getting a ready-made product that has much less risk because a council has already done it and has won awards for it. We know that it works, we'll continue using it, and you have people to benchmark against, you have best practice, and the more that we do consistent work over London and over the UK, the more meaningful it will be, rather than all doing different campaigns that are all aiming to do the same thing. It's better to band together and have the same message. This has to stop. Sexist harassment has no place in society, and Redbridge is no place for abuse, and your borough could also be no place for abuse.